Hey guys, this is Swastik. We're back with another video, and today guys I'm gonna show you my skull. So not my skull, the skull that I made. So the skull is pretty simple, and I just looked at a picture of a skull, and at that time I just thought I wanted to make that. So I just made the skull. And how this is a very old figure, and so there are a lot of imperfections as well as damage done to it over time. As you can see, there is a lot of damage on the corners, mostly due to degradation. But let's just take a look at it. I think this was made out of a shoebox, if I'm sure. This looks like a shoebox, and I think this was made out of a shoebox, and I tried to make it as accurate as I could. I looked at a picture of a skull and tried to make it as accurate as I could. Of course, it's not accurate at all, since there is no suture marks or there is no bones that actually look like this. So this is just for me. So the nose is fine. The nose looks a little bit bent though. The eyes also not that sunken, and the cranium also not that round, so it just looks like a box, a rounded box rather than a circular thing. So this piece was supposed to make it more rounder, but it did not. And the coolest thing that I find about this skull is that the bottom jaw moves, and the bottom jaw moves by it moves because I made the bottom jaw its own piece, and it's moving by some clips. So as you can see, where is the clip? So there is the clip, and also here there is another clip. So if you take out this clip, which I'm not gonna do, I'm not gonna do, since I think I put them in with very much difficulty. So as you can see, there is a pin. So that pin allows the bottom jaw to be connected by a pivot, so which allows us to rotate the skull with no problem at all. And the skull is not to be worn. It can't be you can't wear this. I mean, it's too small to put a head in it, but I can put my hand in it to at least show you. I think this black dot, it's supposed to be where I was originally supposed to put a hole, because I thought that I would have to poke a hole through this whole piece and put a wire over it. But I just found out just keeping this piece as an overlay would allow me to have the wire piece inside, and which is not visible from the outside. So this is a very great way to do this. Also, I added this piece because the head actually disconnects from here, because the original piece of card that I had only went to around here. So that's why I had to use another piece like this one, and that's why there is this piece over here. I shouldn't have added this piece, but if I don't add this piece, there will be a line of straight going from here to here, from this eye to that eye. That's why I added that. But I think this figure is good. This looks much better in reality than it's looking in a picture. In a reality, it looks like it very much resembles a skull. It does not look like a skull, but it resembles a skull. But whereas in the picture, it just looks like a goofy skeleton, if I have to say so myself. So here also, my shoebox seems to have run out. That's why I had added a new piece. Because I would have just rotated that piece to come over here. I think I did this because I had a white piece of cardboard shoebox that was lying around, and I was scared that it was going to be thrown out. That's why I just made something out of it really quick. That's why the teeth, I tried to make the teeth so that there were 32 of them. I'm not sure if there are 32 of them. Even if there are, the teeth don't look like real teeth. Everything is a flat piece of paper. None of them have different sizes, and there are no molars, premolars, only no canines, only the front teeth. And I added I didn't remember this, but I remembered it now. To create this nose line, so this nose line in between, I actually created a paper or cardboard strip that will go around like that. So it's gonna hold that. But since if you just put a cardboard strip, it will not be that secure. It's not that secure. So that's why it's very movable nose thing. That's why it has been suffered some damage. That's why it's not perfectly straight. I think originally it was perfectly straight, but it's not perfectly straight anymore. I don't usually display this anymore. I used to, but I don't anymore. I used to display it like this, so keeping it in the ground since it can stand up on its own, but most of the time it would just fold down on itself, and other times I just did not like it that much, so it's not the favorite thing, since it's not like a skull. It's not very much like a skull. If I do this again, will it be much better? I'm not sure. I hope it might be much better, but we are not sure. But anyway, this is my skull. Not my skull, the skull that I made out of cardboard, and I think this is a pretty cool skull. um, I mean, I have still kept it, and when I actually found it, or when I actually I have taken it out, it was actually damaged very much. So this part I had to glue it back down. This part was completely out, and the jaw part, which is connected to this piece, was also I had to glue it in. So this part, as you can see, there is a seam, so I had to glue these two pieces. So this part of the jaw was damaged. So this is gonna be it for today's video. In the next video we're gonna check out something else. So till then, bye bye.